accusing federal government of not wanting or of not allowing the Biafran territory to be developed. Deliberately, they were resisting to make sure that there's no power plant actually sited in the area they could make people to see or believe as Southeast. That's CTONO. I remember CTONO actually accused the federal government. He told a story of how they dragged Brgie power plant, Brgie thermal power plant. They struggled with it for federal government to leave it. Federal government insisted on taking over it. But the purpose was to bring it back, to shock it back. And as soon as they took it, that was dropped. So because of that, I won't be well on that. And former minister also said that. Now, what I'm going to show us today is they are not the only power plants available in Biafra territory, but they are the ones that most guarantee both the efficiency and availability. Some of them are already in place, they're already running. So when in the new nation, the power is very, very necessary, but we are going to start with what is available. You know, when you are building, you start with what is in place, what is on ground. And that's what I'm going to present from now. Now, in Biafra land, you already have some of the power plants available. The head of Afam power station. Anyway, this is the best. Afam power plant is the best out of the power plants available in this nation. Power plant, some people call it Afam 6. Now, it's actually being run by or being powered by gas from here and Brgie. Now, Afam is amazing. It's actually the bedrock of federal grid in the country, and it's making people like me and us here proud because this is partly mostly powering both Abuja, Enugu, Abuja, and some cities that are depending on it. Now, I had the small history here. It's not very important, but Afam, I had it actually Southeast project, which was taken over by federal government, and they continue with it. Then we also have Ebema. That's what is ongoing because it's actually in Igbo. So they try to build this, put it here. Of course, you should understand why they would allow it to go on. I did put that one here. There's one also in around the minutes. Of course, you know, that one would also be allowed to exist. Then there's one in almost, it's about 150 megawatt gas turbine. So it can output 150 megawatts a day. There's one in Opai in Delta State. I think it's around about 60 kilometers from River Niger, but in Delta State. So that one is also here, powered by Brgie. Now, Afam, I will be taking much time so that I will be able to touch many other things. Now, Afam is not 100% utilized. This is what I want us to know. But what is in place? Remember that because what is even available, remember we are in the oil location. We are the oil port, oil reserve, oil type of the country. So we may not have problem to power this plant. So that's what we should know by this. So, but then we have to utilize it. And by the time Biafra have taken over everything, then because of the grid, we may regulate and we have surplus power. But it won't stop there because some of them are not really functioning. And there are many places, there are a lot of electric power. Yeah, a lot of things have to be put in place to have strategic power. I want Biafrans to know that we have power. After we'll be able to make people, boost people's morale, to begin to research, to begin to bring out the best in them because they can see power. If it's people that can manufacture, you see them doing what they know best how to do. So AFAM is there. Now this is part of AFAM structure. This AFAM has been actually something good to or to give. Now element, I didn't mention this because we hear our element is very close to that element, electrochemical. So the use operational deformity and crime and embezzlement and everything, this have been more shorter because operational. But that is the element. By the way, AFAM power plant is in Obibo, where they call Obibo. I believe all of us know about Obibo. Okay. Now, elders say that government, he sees that people should call it Oyibo. No, but rather, why doing it, the elders say that even if you call it Oyibo, Oyibo means Igbo person. Yeah, only Igbo. So anyone, whether anyway they want to speak it, it's Igbo. Actually, Oyibo is formerly in Imo State, under Imo State. So it was let's go on. Okay, so now, okay, so now this is element here. This one more. Okay, so yes, I'm talking about 150 megawatts, and we have talk of Kasamadi. Please, Kasamadi is live. This is Kasamadi, and this is not a national grid, but it's actually doing fine. Kasamadi is doing fine and live. I think it's put about 480 megawatts a day. Now, you can see the expanded. Now, how far here, that one in Delta State, operational too. Now, let me go straight to the fact that these was mentioned, they are the gas powered, oil and gas powered plants. For them, I want to bring our attention, the attention of the Biafra government, to the other source of energy. Please, friends, we will be interested in other forms of energy because the words are already shouting, the words are already complaining of power, you know, of
all right. Keep going. Finish up. Let's forget about the power. We see it now on the additional renewable power and all the solar energy and wind, and then the geothermal. Let's talk about the last portion of your work, which has to do with mechanized farming, quickly, so that we go to the final phase, please.
Okay, sorry. Now, for mechanized farming agriculture, we have to be sure, or we should work. Our target should be to be independent as soon as everything is in place to start feeding ourselves. We don't have to depend on anything or anybody, and we can achieve. We can actually do it, and this is why government has a lot to do here. Now, there's need to put this mechanized agriculture. Now, with mechanized agriculture, you can 15% of Biafrans, if about 10 or 50% of Biafrans within farming are interested in farming, or even less than that. They'll be able to feed the nation and even export because of mechanized farming. And government will have a lot to do here by creating conducive environment, by making this mechanized equipment available and affordable. You know, you can bring incentives to the farmers.
Okay, let's go ahead because of time, and we still have the department, business department to talk. And I would like to get Brgie to finish up quickly what is left, so I can show them the video or a screen of what we're doing. Yeah, can you jump on, please?
Okay.
Quickly.
Good. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. All protocol duly observed. I would like to talk about the infrastructural aspect of what we are planning for the Biafran people. I want to share my screen as well. Okay, we're talking of the urban development infrastructure. So our team have actually looked at 5 key aspects in infrastructure, and it's going to be the erosion and flood control. Second one is going to be construction codes, or you can call it construction regulations. The third one is going to be how do we source for potable water? How do we provide potable water for our people, for the Biafran people? Then we are also going to introduce the sewage system in the Biafran country. Then lastly, we're going to, we've talked about how we are going to zone this, the places, the cities. And I would like to going straight into erosion. We have critically looked at the causes of this erosion in the eastern part of Nigeria, the Biafra land. And being a rainforest area, we experience a whole lot of rainfall. So rainfall seems to be one of the major factors why we have this erosion and flooding happening like a yearly event in the Biafran region. Then there are some other things that we do ignorantly as well, like weeding, deforestation, and bush burning. These are also factors that lead to erosion, and things that equally assist flooding whenever something of such magnitude occurs. Then unprofessional construction activities. These are like I've seen in several situations where construction companies go into illegal mining and harvesting of laterites and other mineral resources without the government checking these activities. And these activities lead to the ground becoming one particular part becoming a valley and the other side becoming looking like a mountain. As the rain keeps coming, it keeps eroding until it gets to where we have people living, where farmers are equally farming. And these are some of the things that we have looked into and we need to as a focus on when we move into government. Then lastly, unhealthy farming system or unhealthy farming culture. These are the things that actually cause this flooding system, and we have solutions to them, which we are going to prefer for the Biafran people. So I'll quickly go into the construction codes. The construction codes are just construction regulations that set out standards to which buildings and other structures must conform with. That these codes, okay, you can call them regulations, building or construction regulations. They cover both design, construction, alteration, repair, maintenance, and they specify the minimum requirements necessary to safeguard the health, safety, and welfare of building occupants. And not just building occupants and the public, it also give guidelines on how these construction activities impact on the environment and the community. So these guidelines are going to be well taken care of by the urban team, and will make sure that people use the right materials, use the right mixed ratio of concrete, and other things that are necessary to make the environment good. Anyone that goes below the standard will be put to stop. Then we move on to potable water, how to get these sources, how to source potable water for the public. Yeah, we itemized four different sources. Since we are in the rainforest area, rainwater is a huge, as in a material, a source that we can actually get. This rainwater can be collected and channeled to plants. And this treatment plant, the water undergoes some processes, and it eventually comes out as a clean water and is piped down back into homes. Then we also have treated sewage water. We have the wastewater from homes, which can also be in form of a sewage treatment. We have the boreholes. We can also access boreholes, treat them, store them, and send them to homes. The sewage system and the treatment plants. We are looking at recommending it for new layouts for a start. Then as time progresses, we'll look for a way to implement them in already built up cities. Then the treatment plant for recycling of waste products would also need to start up by the time we move into our nation. Then thirdly, its the byproducts that we get from these treatment plants can equally be used for other things, just as Naji has mentioned. It can be used for fertilizers as well. It can equally be used for electrification and other things. Then the water can also be recycled, purified, and used in homes. That this wastewater that is channeled into the treatment plant can be recycled. Either it is put back into the natural rivers and oceans, or it can still be stored and taken back to the homes. So this, the screen is actually showing a diagram of how a treatment plant looks like. Next page, the last one, which is zoning. Yeah, zoning refers to how lands are used. It actually establishes a pattern of development across neighborhoods and the city by identifying what may be built on a particular piece of land. Example of zoning is like when you have a city where you have the residential layouts, we have the commercial layouts, and we have the industrial layouts. The residential is more of where people live. The commercial is more of where people do business, while the industrial is more of where manufacturing takes place, where goods are stored, and distribution centers. So from here, I would like the Minister of Urban Development to take it up from here. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm about to show you guys. This is about the subdivision, what we call a new development in our country. Now, I want you to see what I'm about to show. This is what is considered. I hope you guys are seeing this. Okay, this is called Rema Community Master Plan Development.
Minister, it's not coming to the screen.
No, we're not. Okay, you're not seeing it. Let me go back and
click on the share screen.
Give me 1 minute. This is something you want to see Can you all see this one? No.
No, share your screen. Sorry.
Hold on. Let me share my. Okay, I got you. All right. All right. Let me see where this is now. You see this?
Yes.
Okay.
It's better.
All right. Let me click on it. And I want you guys to see this because this is what the city is about, or a community is about. A minute. Okay. And yes. Okay, 1 second. Can you see this?
Yeah, we do, but it's not opening. Not yet.
It's not open yet.
It's not open here?
Not yet.
Yeah, to us.
Okay, hold on. Your screen, okay. You see it now? No?
Not
Well,
yet.
you're not clicking on the.
I'm clicking on the.
You're not seeing it.
Okay.
Why don't you go back to share?
The file is just
Go back and share.
Okay, let me go back.
The actual share is development concept.
Because this is something.
Development concept is where you click and it's open. Maybe.
Okay.
You might want to double click on it.
Double clicking it is not coming on. Hold on.
Even your console is not
Hold
showing
on.
us.
close some other open the close some of other open the.
Let me close this. Let me close this. This is one thing I don't want you guys to miss. Okay, let me try it again.
I'll start the sharing afresh.
Okay, what I want you to see has to do with the master plan that we have done here in Texas. And I want you guys to experience it. And that's what Biafra Nation will be able to be involved in. Can you see it now?
So you're not sharing it. You
I'm not
have to
sharing it.
share. No, you're not.
Okay.
Hey, go back from the beginning and share it. Go back.
Go back.
Afresh.
Okay, I'm at the bottom here. Is sharing.
Green. Green.
Okay, I see the green
Yes,
sign.
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, can you all see the screen?
Yes.
I think it's opening now. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Okay. Hold on. Can you all see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Absolutely okay.
Okay. This is what you're gonna get. This is residential development, family, single family, multi-family, recreational facilities, sewer treatment plant. That's very important. And then energy power stations and water tower. These are critical for any neighborhood. And when you have this kind of neighborhood, you will live well and be excited to have a home in this part of the world. This is a typical one. It says recreational. Do you see this? Multi-family, single family, commercial, medical, and educational. Commercial deals with all the grocery stores, all the selling and whatever you do. Medical is where people go to see doctors and get surgeries and all kinds of stuff. Education is where you teach your kids as they grow up, you live well with them. Recreation is where you go have fun every single evening or once a week. And then single family and multi-family apartment complexes and homes. And I want you guys to see how this develops. What you're looking at is a set of master plan that shows how we develop a neighborhood. A bunch of bushes or where you have grass. That's why it will be the first one Biafra will do that will draw the world to come and see wonders in Biafra land. If you look at this, you have commercial over here, then you have medical, you have educational, you have recreational. Now look at this commercial where it is. It's a road that is called buffer zone that separates it from the neighborhoods where you have multifamily, you have single family, you got clubs and all kinds of stuff. So this is what a typical neighborhood will give you. And now this is actual. What you're looking at now is actual, where there are all trees only and bushes. We came in there and developed this neighborhood, we built roads, and then divided the lots, properties into lots, and people bought the lots and built on it. On the other side of it, now this river or stream is called a buffer zone. It separates the housings where people live from the recreational. This could be recreational or medical or even factory or whatever you want to call it, but it's not the same thing as living in a home. Now, we look at these individual homes. We have styles of housing, type 1, type 2, type 3. I'm moving fast so that we'll get most of this thing done. Type 7, type 8, and then you come to this, the first thing I showed you earlier. This is a typical home area, only housing, new homes that you see there, and roads. We need this. We need to have a clean neighborhood. We need to have a natural neighborhood. When you come to it, you enjoy the space. Okay? This is an apartment complex, or, well, over here we call it apartment complex. You see the parking lots all along the sides of each apartment complex. So if you live over here, you're gonna park right next to this place. Now this is internal roads. You have gates. You cannot just come in here. You're protected from whoever is gonna come after you. So you have to use a card or a number to get into the gates. And then you have the units, single family. Then you have a 1 bedroom. You got 2 bedrooms, different names, different numbers. So whatever you want, all will be in the unit. Okay, and then this is what you've seen also. This is what we have built. You have the gates right here to go in. This is officers that will keep you from going in if you don't live there. These are access roads. Okay? Other set of apartment complex and the units. Okay? This is another set of apartment complexes. You see entries, excuse me, entries here. These 2 spaces are how you get in. This is the main hallway. So you cannot just go in there without permission, without access route. So this is what we have for a home, for a master plan. And then when you go back and look at some other stuff that we've done, and I'll show you that in a minute. So you know that we really have great units that we can use to do great things. See, let me find one here. This is another master plan. This is a typical set of plans where we have a completed set of units that we live in. Hold on, let me get it up to where I need it to be. So, okay, this will give you some other master plans, and I will show you. I'm not going to go read it to you. This is another set of master plans. You see this one here? That's a master plan of its own. You could mix them up. Okay, this is another master plan. This one here, this is the one you've seen already. And the third one is this. This is a high class, high home type environment. Some of these homes cost $1 million. Some of these homes back here cost $1 million. And you see this water. I don't know if you have to see what I'm doing. This water here, what it does, it becomes an erosion or type of a flooding control. you direct all the elevations to flow into that water space here and here. So you wouldn't have flooding in this neighborhood because the houses are raised up and the water flow goes all to that over there. Okay, and this one, show you the last one here. So this is it. This is the last one here. This is also a whole set of homes that we have built here in Texas, and you have water flows over here, all on the outside of the homes, on the outside of the home. So you don't have flooding in this neighborhood. Then the last but not the least is going to be this. This can be what they call town homes. You could build 2 new homes together as one. And you see again, you see the water over here. This is also flood control. It's all flood control. We live in a place that we need flood control continually. We saw what happens to the street and the roads that eroded out because of the flow of water. We control the water, it will come to that spot, and people will enjoy living in these properties. I want you guys to realize that Biafra, as it comes, because it's not when, it's already here. We just need to get everybody else that don't belong there out of the place. So we will build to benefit every human being. This can be inside an existing city like Enugu, Aba, you name it, big cities. We can take this type of design here and plug them inside over there. Now,
Wow.
I'm sorry?
It's a wow situation.
Wow, this is
Yes.
good.
I'm amazed.
We're
This
ready
is
to,
good.
we're ready to see this happen. This is our nation. We will make it
Wow.
happen. You can build, and we have people to build. We have builders
Awesome.
that will do the same.
Wow.
You see all this? Look at this one here. This one is a massive. You see the homes, how big they are. See the roads that are there. That tells you something. That look at how big. This is almost like a White House in America, in Washington. See how big this one is. So this is what you can get. That's why Biafra is going to be the best country in the world at the end of the day. So I want you to see this. We have done this already in Texas. Can you imagine? You build a home, people will come and pay $1 million for a home. It's normal here in Texas. And all this water here, you control your environment. That's what we do. Planning and controlling the environment. That's what urban development will do. We take a place, make it work. Now, infrastructure, we talked about infrastructure. If we come to Enugu, all these open gutters, we cover the open gutters, put pipes in them to run water drain out to where it's low. So water will back go to one spot. We're not going to have flooding as we normally have. That road you saw that was half cut out will never happen. Should have happened. It shouldn't have happened. But because there is no drainage system that will alleviate water from damaging the roads from happening, we keep it just like that, and it rains and it destroys the roads. That's not gonna happen in Biafra land. Nowhere in Biafra land. So I want us to see this. You understand that we are ready to go and engage in this country of ours. That is why our team is the business department would love to sell some of these apartments that you have seen. If you want me to show you more apartments, I will show you. But you see some of these apartments or homes that you have here, and people will buy them and will live in them. And I don't know, Ngozi, Dr. Ngozi, I don't know if you guys want to put in your $1, not 1 cent, $1 into this program that we're doing. But I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. I'm really excited what we'll do. I cannot wait. I cannot
Absolutely
wait.
fantastic.
We'll be the best nation. The best nation. Okay.
I believe
I
you.
hope we are building for the homeless and the street people, like we call it social buildings. to remember.
That's
Please.
where the government comes in. The government
Yeah.
will come and will build apartment complexes. Most of them will be one-bedroom units. And these one-bedroom units will house all those that don't have anything, at least to get them started in life. We have studio units. There's only one room and a small area for them to stay. That's studio units. Then we could build a 5-bedroom if we need to. But the government can only do so much to support those that don't have. And that is the best way to go.
And you remember, most of this, please we need we call it way home people. You can accommodate them maybe when they are going old. You remember we like saying wind, this woman, the children die because of wind. We call it where they take care of the homes. That's sometimes we'll build it, maybe nobody to take care of them, then we'll take them there, then we can take care of them until
hold on, everybody, hold on. Let us finish this presentation. Let us share the business team, please.
Okay.
And,
okay, that will be good.
Everybody, just hold on to your questions, please. Let Bridget come in first and give us the money and give us the proposals, and then we can go from there. Thank you. The Honorable Minister, you want to stop sharing? Are you still sharing?
Yeah, no, let me stop. I'm no longer.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, it's great. Kudos. We love it. Kudos, Honorable Minister and his team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, man.
Wow. You guys are awesome.
Thank you very much.
These are the things that's been done already. It's not like we're trying to make it up.
No, you're the dream team. You're the dream team.
All right, Ms. Bridget, can you please go ahead?
All right, everybody. My name is Bridget Wanje. I am from Asaba, and I am part of the business team. And you guys have seen the excellency of what the Urban and their team have done. And then we've been working with them to make sure that all of this is fit for purpose. You've heard about the cleanliness, you've heard about the power, you've heard about the design and the erosion. So what we're showing you now is what will come once everything has been embedded. So this picture you've already seen. So within this picture, we are working with the urban development that we could produce about between 100 and 120 flats within this complex. And that he has already shown you. And then again, this is another design. We can produce over 100 flats, again, within each particular development. And then we also got single houses. So this is what we call, this is a 5-bedroom box house. Again, this can also be part of the multiple stuff that the department talked about. As Dr. Ngozi, I am projecting it, so don't worry.
Great.
Yeah, I'm projecting. So if you can show yours down, then I can do my this.
Okay.
Can everybody see what I'm showing?
Yes.
Yes, very well.
Okay, let Dr. Ngozi shut down our one.
I shut
Okay,
down.
let's start again.
Good. Okay, let's see. Okay.
All right, so, okay, let me start again. All right, so we've got, please, can everybody see this?
Yes, 100%.
Thank you. So that is the 5-bedroom box house. So we've got the single unit. So within here, you're going to have the studio flats that Reverend talks about. You're going to have the 1-bedrooms. You're going to have the 2-bedrooms and also the 3 bedrooms within this complex. And so will this be. So we're planning to have 3 of these, perhaps 2 of these one and 1 of these ones, giving us at least 400, 450 flats. And we want to sell them off plan to Biafrans as soon as possible. So that's part of this presentation, that having seen all of this, we want to sell this to Biafrans. You know, we're going to build 3 of these in Biafra land. And therefore we would like All Biafrans and anybody who is interested in the purchase of this to express an interest. Equally, we've got the box houses. So if you're interested in this as well, we will give you where to email. Now, within this complex, as I've said, we would have about 25 studios in one complex, 25 one bedroom, 25 two bedrooms, and 25 three bedrooms. So whichever one of them that you are interested in, please let us know, and then we can pull the sales information to you. Also, we're hoping to have about 10 luxurious 5-bedroom box houses within Ebube, which is the capital, within the GRA of Ebube. We hope to have this in place. Right. In terms of prices, again, we're looking at Ebube at the moment, the GRA within Ebube at the moment. A studio flat will cost about $25,000. And again, is a lease property. And one bedroom is, again, these are highly subsidized rates from the government of Biafra, so you wouldn't be paying the whole lot. But these are what we're looking at the moment. So one bedroom is 35,000, two bedroom is 50,000, and three bedroom is 65,000 within these two complexes. And this is Ebube at the moment. But we plan to duplicate this in every state of Biafra when Biafra comes. And then the box houses will be going for $90,000. Again, this one is quite good because the sale of this includes the land that is based on, while the other ones are flats. So we want to sell this, as I said earlier, as soon as possible. Then in addition to the properties, we've seen the master plan. So we've got this master plan. And if you look very closely within the master plan, there are crescents and there are streets and there are lanes and there are boulevards and there are all of those. And we, within the business team, feel it would be a brilliant idea and also a privilege to sell some of these so that your family names are immortalized forever. So we've got this plan. So within this plan, we might be able to get up to 100 to 150 streets and boulevards and crescents and avenues. Again, we've got this. So if we're working on these plans, again, if you look at them, you can just see all of this. And so we're going to mark all of this. We're going to label all of them, and then we're going to make them available for individuals to purchase. And again, this was the last one that the Reverend was showing. Again, is just the same concept, the roads and the streets and all of that. We also want to sell them, so you can buy any of those in your family name. Again, we're looking at having about 30 lanes within each complex, within each master plan. We're looking at having about 30 crescents, 20 drives, 20 streets, 10 avenues, and 10 boulevards within each of those. And how much are they? A lane will cost $5,000. A crescent will cost $7,000. Drive is $10,000. To have your name on the street is $10,000. But then if you want to own an avenue or a boulevard, each of those will cost $100,000. And most of these prices, again, have been evaluated by the urban development as being fair, but we can talk about it and we can negotiate if you're very keen. So these are the prices that underpin all the presentation we've had today. So if you are interested either on the roads or the streets, or if you're interested in the purchase of any of the flats or even the box houses, please email info@biafrarepublic.gov.org, or if you have the telephone number of any of the, like Dr. Ngozi or whoever that you prefer and feel comfortable to have a chat with them, or the urban development, please do. We can pick up that information. But we encourage every Biafra to invest in this off plan kind of as soon as possible. Thank you very much. And we can, Dr. Ngozi, can I hand over to you?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. All right, we're back to.
Dr. Ngozi, let me help you up a little bit.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Two things. The avenue and the boulevard, if you want to buy it for that price, to me it's low. We will provide you with trees on the sides of the, it's about 6-lane road or boulevard or avenue. And the middle has a middle also got plant trees on them. And that's a beautiful environment. It goes up to half a mile to a mile to 2 miles to 3 miles, depending on the neighborhood or the city where it is built. In Ebube, sorry, there will be maybe let's see, about three miles each of the avenue. Each of the avenue. That's why it's so the price is high, because they correct the place very well. When someone comes into that avenue or boulevard, they will look at the sign of it. They will see the name of the person or the family that has bought it, and it stays there indefinitely, because when you're looking for address, it's offered these names. Address, and that address bears the name on it. See? Yeah.
Bridget, you still sharing? Okay.
Yeah. Should I stop it now? Because I just wanted people to, to kind of digest on the prices.
Awesome.
That's all why I've left it. I probably have rushed through it.
It's okay.
These are the studio flats.
All right, great. So maybe we can now take questions if people have. We see a couple of hands that are raised. I don't know if PM is back, if you want to say anything before we continue. And during the presentation, I know we didn't see SM Wachido's here, and then the Honorable Minister, yeah, I don't know, we saw the pictures of the presenters, but they're here with us. So probably we'll go ahead to the questions. If anybody have questions, the Honorable Minister or the Chair of the Biafra business team, Ms. Bridget, who is also a member of Biafra Central Bank, she can take your questions. And let us start with Nena. Go ahead, please.
I just wanted to ask a question regarding the materials to be used in building these houses. I know that out here where we live, they use planks and other materials. But in our own country, due to our weather, we use block and cement, and so what type of material are we looking at to be used in constructing these houses in Biafra?
Okay, the material will be just about the same thing. The thing is, we've designed a type of thickness to all the materials, especially interior walls. A lot of them will be either small 4-inch blocks plastered, or we have sheets of concrete that are also 4 inches thick. It will just set in the middle of each room. So there will all be concrete buildings in and out completely.
All right, thank you. Next person, Sylvanus or Eric, go ahead with your question. Please unmute yourself, Sylvanus. Go ahead, Sylvanus, we're waiting.
Mute.
Okay, yeah. My question is that for some of the street and the major things they mentioned to sell, how can we recognize like some of our people who pay dearly with their blood in all those our urban development? Remember them. Those die at the die spot, like the one that they shoot at the Port Harcourt or Owen. When they carry out to go to hospital, that person said that the only word he said that we should get Biafra for him, and he give up. All those streets and the other places, how can we remember all those ones that pay for their dear life for our freedom?
You go ahead.
Those are our urban development areas. All those streets, like all those streets and other things, sir.
I can answer that. What we've done within the presentation, you will see that we haven't mentioned hospitals, airports, major trunk A roads, all of those big stuff, stadiums. Those are big schools, universities. There's a lot of sports centers. We have reserved those. Yes, we have reserved, and then of course government properties. We have reserved those for the heroes and unsung heroes. Some of these people you're talking about. So when Biafra is built, we will now, again, there will be a committee to get those names and begin to recognize them in the way you said. So the ones we're selling are just the ones we need to, sell to us, the Biafra. But those people you're talking about, there are bits that will always be reserved for them, the airports and all of those major buildings. We're going to do that. It's all part of the plan.
Okay, my question, the next question again is about our ways and our urban development. Because if we continue with this, our former soccer way with our borehole, that is why I thought we never go up. Because all those soccer ways mix with all those boreholes mix with our soccer waste in every compound. That is why you see typhoid every day by day. If they are dead, I think you have to separate all those toilets within the soccer waste in the compound.
Can I answer that?
Yep. Thank you so much.
Let me respond to that. Soccer waste, we'll have trucks or machines that will go to those homes and will absorb some of those soccer waste and fill the tankers and take them to the treatment plant where it is processed and disposed of.
Yeah.
Because, for example, in Germany here where we live, I think all go by pipe with that big pipe on the ground, and they go a place where the recycler. That is why toilet is not full in Germany here. All of them go, they channel them, all of them one place. And they can't touch on the ground.
Yeah, that's
only the pipe.
Okay, that's what we call it, treatment plants. All our new subdivisions will have treatment plant. We'll have a treatment plant that will move the sewer system into those plants for processing. And the soccer waste that already exists in some of these cities will have equipment that will pick them, that will suck them off the ground, okay, and take them out. Then if we're able to build a pipeline to drain those sewer lines, then we'll do that and put a plant where it will be processed.
I think that is the best. To off from the ground, because every ground mixes with the water.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. The next person, Ola, go ahead with your question, please.
Okay. I'm a McDonald's. We have a problem with that. I lost my network, so I use the music going on. I just wanted to ask about the mortgage. There's going to be a mortgage bank. All these housing purchases, or is it out of pocket? Are we going to start a bank anytime soon?
I didn't get the question.
Eddie, can you ask your question, please? Can you repeat?
Yeah, I was asking about banking, mortgages for these houses. Are we going to be out of pocket, or are we going to use this to establish a mortgage system? Remember, the PM, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
We can hear you, Ola.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, we will have a mortgage system. The banks should have it. There are companies that could do that. To loan money for you to buy a property and you pay them notes. Yes.
No, I mean is to establish a credit system, to use this as a beginning to start a credit system in Biafra.
Yes, we can do that. With the banks and the government will back it up.
Bridget, do you have the, you want to?
I was just going to.
Can everybody mute your phone, please?
Yeah, I was going to add that the purchases of this property is actually as soon as possible. So it will be the money you're raising wherever you're living at the moment, rather than these properties are being sold now. They're being sold off plan. They're not being sold when we get Biafra. They're being sold today, tomorrow, as soon as possible. So the funding will need to come from the banks or where you live at the moment. That's the plan.
Bridget, I think, did you highlight on the mode of payment? Percentages, I'm not sure the other. You're muted, please.
We haven't done that at the moment, but the expectation is that anybody who is interested in either the properties or on the roads, that you pay 50% deposit now, and then you have 1 year to pay the balance. That was what the business team agreed.
Thank you. Next question. Go see Elizabeth. Go ahead, please. Okay, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. I want to commend the Prime Minister Anene and his team. What you have presented is really wow. Thank you very, very much. Then I have two questions. One is in the education sector, we are planning that every state will have a complete school system. So I'm just wondering if it is part of your plan, if it is in the plan, map where this is so that our children don't move from one state to the other, running up and down. So like every state, you have universities, secondary school, primary school by the government before and they also a place for individuals to have their own schools. Are they in the plan? Then the second question is about the clubs. Who builds the clubs? Is it the government or individual? And how is it going to be? Because we don't want too many clubs either. I don't know. But
did you say clubs?
Clubs, yes. You mentioned clubs when you were talking about the plan. It was also in the map. And I'm wondering, is it the government that will build these clubs or individuals, or how is the plan? How is it going to be?
The government will not build the clubs. If you look at what we did, the land may be the government, but they will sell the lots, what they call lots, a section of the land to individuals. Now, there's what they call subdivision, what I call them, a group of subdivisions that get together. They can build a club, or the owner of the land, our government can build it, but then they have to collect money for that. And you know that nobody wants to pay you for the club. Club is not where you have party all the time. Club where you have birthday parties, get together, all the things other than just go and drink alcohol or whatever the case may be. So it's not a typical club in a city. It's a subdivision club for parties for children most of the time.
Then the second question, this education.
Education can be for a state can put in schools, individuals can build schools, and also the government, federal government can build schools. Now, the schools has to be where we tell them to build it at. That is, the urban development will give them a land where that will be. You can't just build anywhere or anyhow. That's why we have to protect the subdivisions where the homes are, because it keeps the value of the home the same or higher if we don't put anything that is not home in that property. So we have to separate them in sections, and that's what they call zoning. We zone out the area where this function, this will be for this area will be for that, and this area will be for housing, this area will be for multifamily. So it's schools and other things will be on one side of it, outside the homes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, okay, go ahead. Okay, one.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Minister and President. I have few questions. They will all run concomitantly. The first is, I believe your ministry is responsible for the development of all urban cities in Biafra land, or is it only the Ebube, the capital? If so, is there provision for farm fields in the suburbs of every major city, because it is also needed? Is there any provision for leasing of farm fields, like what is obtainable, like in the zoo today? What they that as infrastructure investment is just building raising structures without planning for agricultural facilities. Is there any provision for such? Before I continue, please.
Yes, there's a provision for that, and that is why we discussed it. We have farmlands, and we have to compensate property owners when we buy them in bulk and use it for farmlands. We also compensate the farmers to give them the funds to build. When we break out of Nigeria, we would not want them in the north to supply food to us, because they might even poison it. So either we buy food for maybe a few months while we generate our own food system, and then our food will not be sold out until we start having more than enough to do that. Yes, the farmlands will be given to people.
Maybe there will be farm settlements.
I'm sorry? Yeah, we'll compensate.
Definitely, there's a farm settlement, there's a place map.
Okay, in every suburbs of a major city. So that's
definitely.
All right. Okay, yeah, okay. The next is also something like ecological control. Is your ministry responsible for a long distance ecological control, or let me just say forestry preservation control method that will link interstates or inter-regions, because it is very, very necessary. Like in along major highways or roads, any plan to preserve the forestry along these routes for erosion control or something ecological like that, rotation.
That's what we call topographic survey. We're going to do topographic survey of all areas in Biafra land. That will help us direct the flow of water, either from within the city or outside the city. So when we know there is erosion, we'll find ways to remedy that, to overcome that by either planting some grasses that have roots that will hold the ground down, or find ways to put gutters, covered gutters, to roll the water out to areas. You saw the master plan that I showed. You showed some areas where there's water. That's good irrigation. You know, we put those buckets of areas to hold water. We direct all the water topographically to that area, and it holds water as long as we want it to hold water.
I'm satisfied. Thank you very much. Yeah, good job. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, Pastor Rose, go ahead. Okay, so
okay, can I ask? I'm here, sorry. All right, what is about the money. They said that they have to deposit first, then before a year. What about those people who did not struggle for this Biafra? Because they have the money, they will get it as fast as, and they will be named immediately. Is it good? Can't we, like for example, like I asked earlier, we have like what they say, social houses, hospitals, and the home places as to build so that those that cannot afford that amount of money, they can afford what they can pay because they struggle to get this Biafra. Not those that are sitting just because they have the money, they get it and they give them name. Thank you for wonderful things you people are doing. Kudos and God bless you. That's my question.
Bridget, go ahead, please.
I think there should be a response to what Pastor Rose said.
Bridget, go ahead, please.
Well, as I've said earlier, part of the objective of doing this is for us to raise money before Biafra comes. But the idea of building, of making properties available for the less privileged, I spoke about the unsung heroes and the heroes of Biafra. The objective of the business team being attached to the urban development work is for us to raise money now. That is what it's all about. It's about fundraising. But when Biafra comes, every idea you've just given will be considered. You know, the hospitals, maybe perhaps within the block of flats we're talking about, maybe we might decide that 10 of them or 15 of them could be made available to those who could not afford it. So, I mean, we're only talking about 3 buildings within Biafra. We can do more. But the objective of this particular one is to raise funds. But what you requested is valid and it will be taken on board and it will be part of the master plan when Biafra comes.
Right, thank you so much. Benjamin, go ahead, please.
Unmute yourself.
I just want to ask a question about naming of streets. Is it strictly going to be on purchase or yes, how about the already named street? Would names of all of them be renamed? I mean, streets that are already named, would they be renamed? Streets are going to be on purchase. I don't know if you get me.
Essentially,
Bridget, I think I can answer that. We
right.
are rebuilding everything in Biafra. So we are rebuilding everything. And when we talk about street, we don't know what street exists there. And we don't want to know about the street. So we are rebuilding everything from scratch. So as it stands now, nothing exists in Biafra land. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I don't know. Go ahead, please.
Do I need to? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. About what Pastor Rose was saying about maybe when we make it open, all these rich people will come and buy us everything. Probably, if we can have into consideration those who did not, we have like 2 sets of prices. For those of them that didn't support, their prices will be different. And then for those of them that supported, their prices will be different. So that way, they don't just sit back when we're done, they'll come and then just buy. So that's the suggestion I'm putting regarding what the concern she was raising about all these rich people coming to buy up everything.
Thank you so much. Chika Akunia, go ahead with your question, please. If you have any question that is related to the presentation, to the selling of the apartments, to the selling of the homes, those are the questions that they are here to answer.
Sorry, I was a little bit late, so I don't understand, but I just want to know, is their money for the apartment, is it going to be paid instrumentally or once?
As I said earlier, if you are interested in either on the streets or on any of the apartments or on the box houses, would expect once the sales material has been sent to you, that you give us 50% immediately, and you have a year to pay the balance.
Thank you. That's all my question.
Thank you so much. Gaddafi, go ahead with your question, please.
Thank you.
Oh, white hand.
I just have two things to say. One is that first question, I may not need the answer, but maybe for the development team to take it considerate, like I always said, based on our department on security for lives and properties. One, like I always said, the bomb shelters, is it being considered in this urban development that it could be yes or no? Then two, we talk about those fighting for this. We are on a journey. We are not yet concluded. So even if people come up today to bring money, that's still part of what we are doing. So I don't see it wise to say people that purchase things or people that didn't purchase things, but because we are still on a journey. So if people comes up today to assist what we are doing by funding what we are doing, they are also part of what we are doing. So the selling of these properties now is still on the journey of realizing this, our Biafra, and it's a way of raising funds. So those that were before and those that come now that we need money are still the same. So that's just what I wanted, the comment I wanted to make. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so those are all the hands up for any questions. And then Otuwamwanya, go ahead with your Sylvanus. I don't know what you can put down your hand unless you have another question. Otuwamwanya, go ahead with your question, please.
My question would be, is there going to be a place mapped out for those that fought for this freedom in the so-called Biafran capital, like that GRA, the most expensive places? Is there a place mapped out for those that really fought from the beginning with this? Is there a place that they can, they will say, okay, this place, you guys, you marry this place, or in some places that, somebody might like to live in the capital city or other cities, is there a place mapped out for them? I mean, those costless places, or is it meant for those with money? Thank you.
I can only answer a little bit of that. As I've said earlier, we are only selling 3 of those master plans and the box houses at the moment. We have a lot of land, and as we move along, so many other ideas can come. Again, as I've said earlier, all the important buildings, the airports, the sports centers, the schools, we're going to reserve those for the heroes and unsung heroes. But I don't know whether you mean we need to build houses and give in to those that have done well free. I don't really understand that question.
What I meant is, some areas like the GRA houses that is affordable, or that might be affordable for those that has money, maybe that cost $100 million, $100,000. I don't know, for those that fought, that contributed to this freedom, to this struggle, I don't know if there is any place, those top places, that is meant for them to buy or be part of. I don't know if you get the question.
My brief at the moment, as I've said earlier, is purely on this, on the three. Were you here at the beginning of the presentation?
So I'm here.
All right. So at the presentation, we presented um, 3 master plans and 3 structures with about 120 units in them. At the moment, that's what we're focusing. As we go along, there might be opportunities within GRA to build low-cost homes for some of these people you're referring to. So this isn't a be-it-all, end-all. As the Prime Minister said, everything will be rebuilt. So in the process of that, some of the things you are suggesting will be considered. At this point in time, we're just focusing on these 3 buildings.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Dr. Berry, go ahead, please.
Good evening, everyone. Just have a question to the Urban Development Minister and his team. First of all, congratulations for a brilliant job. My first suggestion is we have been fighting for our freedom for almost 50 years. So in these 50 years, so many has fallen. A lot of people have suffered, and we are still fighting, and things are still happening. Is there a plan to have a monument in every Biafran city in terms of remembering all these people, especially the 2 million children that died? Do we have a plan in each Biafran city to erect a monument with a library or civic center attached to that monument? And the names or pictures of the children who starved to death will be put there, and this I'm suggesting on each capital of each of the states. It's just a question, and it's also a suggestion for deliberation. Thank you.
Yes, there will be a plan for that. In all the cities that I know of, or maybe in all states, there are some areas where you have libraries and areas that people put together monuments of children, pictures of children and adults that went through Second World War, that stuff. So yes, that would be there for the future to look at it, because we cannot lose our past as we go forward to do better in our future. Yes.
Thank you. My other suggestion is this. I understand that the finance department says that if anybody wants to purchase these houses, that you pay half up front and pay the other one a year later. But I think the people who are in this struggle currently should be given a more flexible approach to be able to be part of this. Because it's not everybody that has the money to pay up front. So I think the flexibility in the payment, as long as the person is paying constantly, should be reviewed. Okay, because a lot of people have money, and the people who come in and just buy off all the street, and the people who fought for the struggle, who don't have the money, will end up not participating. I think that should be reviewed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. But what do you suggest?
I am suggesting for example, the 5-bedroom that goes for $90,000. I'm suggesting that anybody who is actively participating in this struggle that is able to come up with $15,000, the person should put it down and tell when to make the other payments. That is what I'm suggesting. I think the half is a little bit punitive, because not everybody has the money already, but all of us are here because if you don't have money but you have suggestion, it is an instrument, just like money. Thank you.
So you're suggesting 25% upfront?
Yes, that will help more people who are in the struggle to participate. Yes.
I think while they continue to pay the
Yes.
I come in here. Dr. Berry, thank you so much. I remember that the presentation they did was for Ebube, the capital city, and there'll be a replication of this in all the 32 states. In fact, some people will choose to have, or to live, or to buy from
In
their
their state.
from their own state's GRA. So it's not
Okay.
just so it's not just in Ebube. So I think the presentation they did right now is to facilitate fundraising towards Biafra restoration.
Okay.
I strongly believe we have to have Biafra first before we even start replicating these places in all the 32 states. And like the business team leader has said, there'll be replication of these buildings like in 3 places in Abuja, like the GRA and all that. So it's not just one area. And one thing that they talked about is that most of the people that have been contributing towards this restoration, in one way or the other, they've really contributed, many have contributed so much money. So this is really the first time people are contributing money towards something in Biafra land. You know, there are people here that have contributed way more than the studio. Bridget, the studio is how much? We're talking about $25,000. You're muted. Sorry, you're muted.
Yeah,
The studio is $25,000.
Great. And then half of that is about $12,000, $13,000. So there are people here, one way or the other, have really contributed way most people here in one form or the other towards that in this struggle. So I think what they're doing at this time is to make sure there's something for people that are really contributing towards this. Then those that may not be able to make that, remember, there are a lot of programs. I mean, we have the social services department, we have the hospital department. Those people will still come up with programs that will really help a lot of Biafrans have contributed in one way or the other that may not be able to give the money at this time to help us get the resources we need for this Biafra restoration. So there's a whole lot of rooms out there. But the most important thing is to be able to um, find ways to for people to really invest and also for people to be able to give money towards what they have on the ground right now. Actually, the box
Thank
house,
you.
the box houses is really like going like wildfire. There are a couple of people that really express interest in those things, but the most important thing is that this initial presentation and we'll just go from there. It's not.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much. So we'll just take one or two more questions, and I think we'll call it a day unless the PM have something else to say. Because I mean,
Yeah, the last question. I have one.
some people have other meetings to jump into, but I think the most important thing that Bridget has presented is there's an email.
I have a very important suggestion to make.
Yeah, hold on. Thank you. The email. If the information ministry can flash that email, please, for everybody to see. Those that are interested, you can send your suggestions, questions, interest to that email, and then there will always be somebody to get back to you in areas of what you want. Okay, we just take Ajero, go ahead, then Chika, and then we can call it a day for today. Thank you.
Well, we have like two people ahead of me. Silvanos, I don't know.
No, go ahead, Ajero, with your question, and then Chika, and then we call it a day.
Thank you. And it's not a question per se, but I want us to understand that we shouldn't be having this idea of those who have contributed so much in this, what they will take, and the privileges they will enjoy. Everyone that is a Biafran will have privileges to enjoy. So, and then this is a nation for all and nation of all. And then there are so many people on ground that have not given 1 naira, but they have contributed more than those that have given $1 million. Why do I say so? There's a very poor person in Biafra land that when you talk about sit at home, when you talk about anything Biafra, they stick their head out. they do everything to make sure that this is going. So I am not going to count myself a better Biafran or a more fortunate Biafran because I am on the media and everybody is seeing me. If I was on ground, I would do that. Opportunity to be here in Italy, I have internet, I have light, and then whatever I have to do, I have to do what I have to do because I have the access to these things. But if I'm on ground and I don't have access to these things, I will contribute in another way different from what I'm doing. So I am not better than that person who is not as privileged as I am to be where I am. So let's be very careful when we say those that have contributed, they will do this, or those that have not contributed, they will get that. Please, I will suggest that. Thank you.
Everybody contribute.
Thank you. Do you have any question in respect to the presentation?
Yeah, I have question. Question I asked for.
No, hold on. No, Sylvana's not you. I'm still asking Raphael if he has any.
No.
Okay, thank you. Kika, go ahead, please. Kika, go ahead.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay. My question is that the market forces going to have effect on the prices? For example, maybe you have a year to finish the payment. In the process, market forces shoot it up or shoot it down. Is there a possibility or not?
Brgie, go ahead. You're muted.
No, these are highly subsidized property. I mean, generally, we've taken out over $30,000 from all of this because these prices are really cheap. So whatever it is, that's what we're going to pay for. Again, don't forget, it will probably take another 2 years or 3 after Biafra to build this stuff, but the price remains the same. If you've been issued a certificate, your certificate remains valid, and you'll be given the property as soon as they're ready. So it's already inflation proof. There's no way.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very excited. I can't wait to hand off that box. I really like it so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chika. Go ahead. Chika, go ahead. Chika, can you unmute yourself, please?
The question now. I'm the one that just asked the question now.
Oh, you already did. Oh, thank you. Put down your hand here. Yeah.
No, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. So one more question.
Can I say something?
Dorothy.
Yes, please. Yeah, because thank you so much. Kudos for your job well done. Please, I would like to ask, we would like a very good family system, which will provide such a very good social services. And coming to the aspect of social services centers, did we put them into consideration in these neighborhoods and the various communities your ministry is talking about, and also the nursing homes and recreational centers? Because to encourage, because I know many of our seniors and brothers and sisters are outside the country and they are desiring Biafra. They want to go home today, tomorrow. And some of them have some little savings that when you are presenting this project now, they would want to get one so that they can go home peacefully when Biafra comes. So how do we encourage them? Because we have to bring them into limelight and encourage them to buy this. I don't know if I made sense with what I've just asked.
Yes, a lot of sense. Let me respond to that. One thing you have to understand is the government will always have a program for elderly folks and those that are sick or those that are handicapped. And in that situation, we'll be able to provide them with these facilities that they're going to need or use through their life, regardless. And that's what we're going to do to start with. The government will build, and then people will buy. And at the same time, the government will build, and people will use it for the service I'm just referring to. That's why we need an NGO that will manage these things for the government, so that it will be more efficient than anything else. So we will provide housing for elderly folks, yes.
No, please, okay, you answered partly of the question. I'm asking, now we really need money. Some seniors are in despair. They want to go home, and maybe some of them have not gone home for 40, 50 years, just name it. and they don't even have property back home. So how do you encourage them to buy, buy such an opportunity you have given them now? How do we encourage them to come and key in and benefit from this by paying, paying a down payment and now procuring housing for themselves, so that will now enable them go home when Biafra comes?
If they can afford it, they could give whatever they got. We have to have documentation that shows that they are going through such challenges. We can't just say anyone will come and say, well, I don't have it, when they have it. So we have to have documentation to prove that. And in that case, the government will have some portions of the building that they're building for those people. It's just a normal way. I've built for the government apartment complexes for elderly folks. I built homes for elderly folks. They didn't pay a dime for them. See what I'm saying? So when we get to that point, we will allow certain portions of what we're doing to affect our older people that want to come home.
All right, thank you so much. Sylvanus, you have another question?
Yeah. Another question I have is concerning, because when they mention all those our cities, I think this urban development in charge of our transport system. But they didn't mention bus stops and all those cities when they are showing us.
Yes. Okay, let me answer that. Okay. Now, let me say this, because in Nigeria or Biafra land, they have buses that carry folks that you may have 10, 20 goats, you put them in a bus and take them to wherever you want to go. No, we're going to have buses to just move people from place to place. Okay? The government will buy those buses to serve the community from place to place, not from city to city. Each city will have their own set of buses.
Yeah,
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I just want to also add, there's a transportation department in Biafra, probably when they do the presentation.
Like another one I want to be, like one of our sisters, this is Senator. There is a place now they can lay a foundation stone of our senator for those 1967. That is why we do this. That is the place. This is 30th of May started. And he laid the foundation stone for Enugu. IPOB buy the land in Enugu. We started in Enugu 2013. So they buy the land there for that sonotap. That sonotap they have designed it because he said every people, all the children go to this American board. It's a place there he make, even though he sell the pillars the way they want to mortgage this is from property now. Not can sell all the pillars of that sonotap in Enugu that time. People buy it. Go to front elevation and back elevation. The road map of that sonotap is there. Like somebody who asked, there is a place to remember to lay a stone for our heroes, those who died. The foundation have been already. The IPOB have buy the land that because people want to give that land that and not can say no. He doesn't want to tomorrow where your children or your family begin to drag the land. They want to the one that IPOB will buy to lay a foundation stone of our heroes' day. So that place will be like a pilgrimage. So they will build it that all our heroes from 1967, so all of them, like he said, in the front of it. So Juku will be in the front of the elevation there with the all those heroes that fight and they solve them. He said they will be in that place, like that plan have already been at Enugu. Because this IPOB started from Enugu. That day they wanted to arrest him and for the first time.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for that information. Go ahead, Carolina, please.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank everyone of you that is doing this project. But excuse me, You people showed us how the houses will be, how the roads will be, and you people said that if anybody wants to buy the house or anything, that person should come now. Me, I don't know. I'm living in Italy, and some of you that doing this thing is living in America. It's not how we build houses here in Italy. I don't know whether it's the same thing in America. Because now, you see, if I say, okay, let me pay that I want to buy that house. I thought you people supposed to show us how the building, how the rooms will be, because here before they used to build, they call it mansard. I don't know what they call it in English. Even this my house now, I have rooms underground. They build rooms underground. This is the second floor. Understand? Don't know how I can able to explain it. How I wish that you people can able to show us how when you enter the inside the house, how it will be. Like this my house now. If you are entering through the door, and there is another door there to go inside the rooms that is underground. And here, this is parlor, then you will have rooms upstairs too. This is one-story building, but if it's in our place, it's two-story building. So I don't know how the house that I want to buy, how it will be. Or I will just pay, or when I pay, if I enter the house, anything I see, I will take it. I don't know.
Thank you, Carola. Before the minister answers, I think this we might still do another presentation. I mean, it's just not the first time, because this is the first time I think the department is doing this. I know we're still going to do another presentation, Bridget, to really for people that were not here today. This is something that is going to be continuous, to be able to make sure people really understand maybe what they want to buy and all that. But go ahead, the Honorable Minister, please.
We do have it. We have, if you see the cost that is on each room, it says 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 5 bedrooms. We have that if you want me to show you, but unfortunately, they wouldn't have enough time to display that because of the guys that we have so much to show of who we are and what we do. So it's something, yes, we can have another program to display that. I'll be able to show you exactly. In fact, I will show you the rooms, how it's furnished, so you see how much space you get in there. If you want, here in America, we do square footage. If you want meters, we'll figure out how meters will go. But yes, we do have those plans.
All right, thank you.
Because why I'm saying it, because maybe sometimes when there is heat like this, you can go underground because of the environment. So you will not feel too much heat. When there is cold, you can able to go upstairs so that you cannot able to be having cold too much.
Unfortunately, we're not going to go through that in Biafra land, where it's too cold or too hot. Basements, that's what we call it down here. They have basements in some cities. Here in Houston, we don't have that much basements because it rents a lot over here. So if you want basements, we could build basements for people to go down in the ground area and stay there for whatever purpose. But it's not the key to what we are doing. I don't want to put a floor below ground. It would not help me because that's not the way Biafra is supposed to be said. It's not the environment is not the same as Europe or even North America here, that they have basements in New York and other places. So that's the difference here.
Thank you so much. I think that's all the questions for today. Before Bridget to close, I believe I don't know if the minister has anything to say, but I know we're still going to do this thing. This presentation.
Yeah, there will be another one.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it again. Bridget, you can let us know, and we'll let that information out there. so that people will prepare their mind on what to ask, what to see, and all that. But remember, the basic reason for this is to raise funds for Biafra restoration. So, and this is just a little small portion, maybe just like 1/1 million of all the different houses, homes, different things that we built in Biafra land. It's just like 1/1 million of that. So I don't know if the PM is available for any ending closing statement before we.
Yeah, 1 minute. For
Yeah,
me, let me say this.
Yeah, the minister, you can go.
We have a team that are ready to provide you the resources and to help you understand that this is the time for Biafra to exist. And we will exist because we will provide with citizens the natural environment for them to live a better life. Natural, not where when you get outside, you're smelling all kinds of mess going on. You are outside, the dust is blowing on you, and you're cold. You're outside drinking water, and you get sick over the water that you're drinking. We will transform Biafra to a country that will be better than most European countries. We're going to do that. So I appreciate you guys. Remember, these homes, these apartments you're going to pay for are gated. They are gated. It's not all apartments are not gated. Some are not gated. So anybody can come in there and do whatever they want. But for you to come see me in my apartment, you have to go through the gate. And going through the gate, you have to have someone to check on you and say, hi, is this your friend? Is this your enemy? That's one good thing about that. The same thing with the residential area. Some master plans have gates also, where homeowners go through the gate to go to their houses. That's something that is security that we want in Biafra land. Whether we're the best country or not, people still go crazy and do crazy stuff. And so you protect yourself in buying the right apartment complex or units within the complex system, or you buy a home in an area that is well gated. That's a normal thing here in the US. So I appreciate you guys. Don't waste time. Jump and get your own part, and you get the front end of it and make it work for you. But we will build and make it work for everyone. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you. And Bridget, do you have any closing statement?
Please, Dr. Ngozi, please, can I ask him something? Just a minute.
Please.
I just want to ask, because when our leader, Martin Nani, in one program, he said that many people will come back to Biafra land, that we are going to build skyscrapers. But I did not see skyscrapers in all these things you are showing me. Thank you.
There was.
We can build skyscrapers, but it's not good for government to build skyscrapers. It's good for individuals to come and invest. We call investors because we make Biafra a very powerful, beautiful, protected nation. People will come from other countries to build skyscrapers. That's going to be normal. It's not. I don't want to live in 70th floor or 100th floor. You know, but they can build it. And some of the apartment complexes. I've seen 40-story, 50-story apartment complexes here in Texas, and people live in it. So if you choose to do that, we have elevators to take you upstairs. And again, we have power 24/7 in Igbo land, in Biafra land, 24/7 power. We'll have it. And so if you have power all the time, so you can go in the elevator and go anytime, up and down, whatever time you want to do it. And that's the way we do it.
Okay. we, all these things that you are showing us now, is it only in American styles or pattern are we going to build our country, or are we going to copy other countries too to join it together?
Oh, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Has little idea of how buildings are in the United States.
How many of these do I have in the United States?
I said she has little knowledge of how buildings are constructed, the nature of the buildings in the United States. That's the problem here. All she knows is some rooms are downstairs.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I said what I'm asking is this. You know, there is many styles many countries use to build their nation. But now, all the things that I'm seeing, you are showing us how Americans used to build their nation. Is it not good to mix it together, take plans from America, Europe, and Asia, how they develop their country?
Sorry,
or are we
can I
just
say
going to
something?
look up how Americans are building their country? Thank you.
Okay, does you can answer that?
Yeah. Actually, what we are looking at this moment is the takeoff, how we are going to take off. And this is like a preliminary stage because we are still going to meet with the health sector, we're going to meet with the transport sector.
Where is this noise coming from? The information ministry, department. Can you help us with that background?
I don't know. Let me.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Okay, as I was saying, this is like a takeoff. You understand? We still have a huge work to do ahead. We're still going to meet with various departments, the transport, the health, and get their briefs, you understand, on what to do, on how they want things to be done, you get. And we are not just going to copy everything about a particular country. We are going to take a little of what countries have and augment what we are going to do in Biafra land based on how our environment is or how our weather is. Because there are some buildings that can work in the United States, but when you do them here, rainfall would give you something else. The land we have in Biafra land is quite different from the kind of land we may have outside the country. You understand? So these are just plans. These are plans that we have, prospective plans. That's what we call it in the construction sector, prospective plans. There are situations also where you even have a plan, and when you get to site, what you see will be different from what you have proposed, and you now go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, let us design something that is workable in this particular place. So as the business team has said, the essence of this is to raise money for what we intend to do in future. So everything is still has how will I put it, based on as in review. Drawings can be reviewed. Even sometimes while you are constructing, you can review drawings. So you shouldn't be disturbed about the kind of design that is going to be put in place for you or for any of your family members or wherever. You are here to get the best from us. Drawings can be reviewed, designs can be reviewed at any point in time. What we are after now is to kick off and get the best for our people. I don't know if that answers the question.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that brilliant answer and explanation. And I want everybody to understand that just like SM1 rightly said, what you see here today is an example of what Biafra is going to look like, depending on the depending on the soil, the land of Biafra. The one thing you should have at the back of your mind, and one thing everybody must learn today without further explanation, is that we have been able to eliminate dust. Yes. We're able to implement what you see here. Means that all those dust that will make you look like somebody from the monkey planet, we have been able to discover how to eliminate it from the Department of Urban Development and Planning. That's one thing that you should. Yes. You know, I used to say it in the broadcast that we're going to make sure you don't have dust in Biafra land.
That's free.
We know that there is a process now in place and it's achievable to make sure we don't have dust in Biafra.
Yes.
Yes. That's one. So the building structure can be anything. There are places in Biafra land that can take building as far as those in Dubai, depending on how strong the soil, the ground is. You can build a very tall structure. There is also a place where the land will not allow you to build anything more than 6-story building. So these are the things that are going to be considered. And of course, with different departments that is going to be approving the building structure and all that, because whatever we want to build in Biafra land has to undergo some certain process before that particular project will be approved. Yes. When we know that the land in which that particular structure wants to be built have to undergo some kind of level of testing and I don't know what you call it, engineering, and then we confirm that yes, that particular place can take such structure. Then after that can be approved, and then the building will commence. So it is not even if you want to build the one like in Italy or in Europe, it is not so a guarantee that it is going to be suitable for a particular place. So that's why it's going to be a combination of different, different structures and different plan, different ideas. So our cities may be different. But one thing that is going to be certain is that the hospital, Biafra land will be the same. It's going to be uniform, it's going to be the same. That is where we are going to make sure we try as much as possible to have the hospital to be the same. So nobody should worry about the whether it is American pattern or whether it is European pattern. The most important thing now is that we know that the plan is going on and it's something that is being reviewed every day. And then also the financial and the business department has come up with a workable and a very realistic plan how Biafrans can actually invest in these properties, waiting when Biafra is declared and restored for them to be the first to have property in Biafra government. So it is very important. And then also, it is not that you are investing your money just like that. So it is one of the best way to bring people into this particular struggle, to fund this struggle by investment. So it is something we must do. And I want everybody to understand that sometimes when you hear people saying, you raise money, I do not understand, because you can't fight freedom without money. The bullet you buy is money. The guns you buy is money. The feeding of the men is money. Everything you do is money. So when they say, they are raising money, these are people who are very, very ignorant of everything, because, everything needs money. And this is time we need that money. For the fact that the major things has been done, the foundation to Biafra liberation has been laid, and it is now, the green light is shining everywhere. So all the thing we need now is to make sure that the necessary finance that we need, that we have them. And then those who are going to invest in this particular structure and project knows that As soon as Biafra is liberated, they have a place, and they have a place where they are named, and their family will be in the history of Biafra. In addition to everyone who has contributed so far. And I want everybody to understand that those who have been making contribution to this Biafra liberation, your record is being kept. Every penny you put into the struggle that generates receipt, your name is being recorded and your name is being saved. So it is not just about those who are purchasing the materials or the project we are trying to present to them now, but most of you who have been, some of you and all of you who have been supporting and funding this struggle up to this point. Also, there is a package for those who participate in the execution of their one. The first package is that you are going to have a freedom. The second package is that you are going to have access to free medical care. Third package is that you are going to have a country that is secure. The fourth package is that you are going to come back home and begin to breathe life. And then other package is that you are going to stay where when you get aged, the government will care for you. Another package is that you are going to have access to national insurance scheme, and nobody will be poor. Everybody will be poor. And those who do not have house to live and sleep, the government is going to have a building project that will provide housing for everybody. So it is not just about those who bring money or don't bring money. What we need now is that those who actually have something to offer and they don't just want to do it. So it is an opportunity for them to purchase upfront the project and the properties in Biafra land, and it is happening. So this message must be spread across board that the Biafra business team, in conjunction with the urban development and planning department, has unveiled the business, the project and the structure, housing project and housing structure of Biafra, and it is available for purchase. The purchasing is to facilitate, to use the fund and the money realized to facilitate the liberation of Biafra for everything we need. And the game is on. So let everybody spread this message. And of course, it is not only those outside there. The selling of these rooms and this apartment can also start from people in the cabinet. Those who want to buy can as well invest in the cabinet, and we from there we begin to go outside. And the media team should also know that this is a task that the media team must carry out very well, making sure that this awareness is created to the highest maximum. And we are looking forward to see people in the United States taking the lead. Although when you underlook Europe, they will come with anger. So we are looking at the Americans to take the lead in this. And so I will leave it to the business team to also go back and see, whether we are going to have a different meeting or whether individuals will be approached privately, as the case may be, and how do we now, bring or how do we now fish for those who may be interested in investing in this project. It's very important. So I think because we have seen that the email address to contact you before has been made public, and in the next few days, on Tuesday to be precise, your department is going to have the Gov email address activated by Tuesday. So once that is done, the email will be sent to you, and the login details will be sent to you, and they can be made public. So for now, for today, between now and Tuesday, I think you have shown the other email address to the public. Those who are interested may contact you. So I think I will leave it here, and we continue to work privately to see how we can actually approach those who may be interested in investing and let us use the fund for the Biafran liberation and to get our freedom, and they have a place. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate this presentation and their work. I appreciate your team, Bridget. I appreciate your team as well, Vanessa. And then when they were making presentation about the energy, I was being like, can he stop? So these people gonna start pumping our future energy plants and all that. But they can do anything. When they are angry, they can do anything. The issue of urban development, building structures and all that is a little bit different because the structures are not there at this point. But when it comes to energy, some of the foundation is already there, and we don't want to expose it to.
That is the land of dollar. That is the land of dollar. So we don't need dollar.
I don't know. We have to plan too against them.
Yeah, let's take it because it's like America is always grab.
Yeah, we have to plan
Nobody is stepping back. Oyendo said that America is going to bring the fund.
Yeah, but each time it's like we are taking over everything.
It is the prophet. Nobody is taking over anything. It is the prophecy of Oyendo. He said, "The money to liberate Biafra will come from America." So we are.
We will take it by violence, by violence.
We need Prime Minister. My Prime Minister,
the money. We need the money.
My Prime Minister, I can't argue with you. We are in for it. Okay.
We need the money. We need the money. We need the money.
Yeah, we'll start spreading the news.
Dr. Ngadi, our Prime Minister, it's not only America get money. We in Europe, we still have money.
Don't bring it. Don't bring it.
America will give us money. Europe will bring bread.
We are saying we need it now. We are saying that's why nobody is going to step back. Nobody is going to step back. Go to America because we know that we are having high hope on America as well. So,
Europe get bread.
Money buy bread.
Prime Minister, America is trying to change that.
Europe get bread.
Minister, America is trying to change the narrative.
America
a saboteur capital of IPOB. America is trying to change the narrative or the kind of a saboteur capital of IPOB. So we're trying to change the narrative. Kind of one of them or the kind of grab. Especially
They don't want bread. We don't.
We are trying to change the narrative.
We wear bread. People wear bread. Tell everybody. I'm not going to know again.
Yes.
Now they want people with that bread.
Okay, Sonia, are we still live?
Not Europe,
yeah, we are still live. We are still live.
We're still live. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean,
America booked the beacon.
we can go up. If we can go up live and then maybe We know when to have the next meeting to do more presentation to people to be aware, kind of think about all this, and then we'll come back again. I think that would be okay.
Hold on, please. I wanted PM to clarify something before the next
Honorable. The PM is gone.
Sorry,
Just coming from the moon.
Honorable.
PM, there were. I wanted you to say something about the timing of the sit at home, but network kicked me out. Before I came back, you're gone. So that the message can go viral inside this broadcast. So, as in when they start and when. The time? No break along the week. Okay, only Saturday and Sunday. Okay. All right, thank you.
God, yeah, just left, yeah.
This is